Hello everybody, I'm back with another plan with me. This week I'm planning August 7th through the 13th, and I am using Hello Petite Paper's Rainy Days kit, which is perfectly fitting for this week because it's been raining every day. So it's definitely a joy to use this, especially since it's been raining. It kind of makes your week a little bit brighter since it's so rainy. I feel like Hello Petite Paper is one of my favorite shops. Their sticker kits are like a comfort to me, almost. So they have all the stickers and things that I love and need throughout the week. And I just think her hand-drawn designs are just absolutely beautiful. So just put down the bottom washi, and now I'm going to work on Monday in the sidebar. And like usual, I put down my calls for the on the top part of the week. By Wednesday, I actually used the little glitter clipboard part and try and make it resituate those little full box, like little checklist things. Because I liked the effect that it had on Wednesday and Thursday, but I ended up not going back and changing Monday and Tuesday and adding those things in. But that's okay. It still came out super cute. So I'm just adding in the calls that I have on here, and then adding in a little half box to write film plan with me. I'm using a little spiral planner from the Sticky Fox, which is my shop, and it's a little teal planner, which I thought went pretty well with the colors on this kit. And then I wanted to split up since the to-do headers were all the same color in that half box that I used, I wanted to split it up by using a glitter header, just to break up some of that color, so there's not too much color right next to each other. And then I used one of her scalloped heart checklists, which I think is something that I don't see too many shops doing, mainly her, so I think they're super cute. And now I'm using a Sticky Fox workout fox to mark my gym info for Monday. And I've been enjoying using the meal little things at the bottom. Those are pretty much the only little things that I use every single week. I rarely use any of the other little things unless I cover up the icon, which sometimes I do that on Sundays for shows. Right now we only have really one big show that we watch when it comes on, which we forgot to watch on Saturday, so I had to put a little reminder that says watch Game of Thrones, because we were so busy this past week. In the beginning you saw that I used our Mountains Are Calling kit, and it was kind of bare, mainly because we took the week off for vacation and we're working on the house, so a lot of the stuff from last week was just working on the house. So right now I'm away trying to find a Monday through Friday or Monday through Sunday checklist to use for my this week. I usually write something like what's one big thing that I'm thankful for, or something big that happened that day, just to kind of like sum up the day. I feel like it makes me reflect a little bit more on my week, which I have really been enjoying. I also have started using an Erin Condren horizontal planner to journal in, which I've also been loving. I definitely will share that with you in the future when I've got probably a couple months that I've used that planner and really get situated in how I'm using it. So on my sidebar, I've, instead of using like a Monday through Sunday, since the kit didn't come with one, and I had already used the little freebie that she had in a previous Hello Petite Paper spread, so I just used a little heart checkbox full box thing, and then I used a hydrate tracker, which I don't use the last check for make sure I'm hydrating for the whole week. And then I use a Scribble Prints Co. habit tracker because the kit also didn't have one of those. So I had to use a different one. So there's a couple things that this kit didn't have. I think you can buy them as extras, but they don't come standard. Now I'm just using a little bit of deco on that Thankful Thought box, which I do actually use as a thankful thought, and mainly just like a thing that I'm most thankful for the entire week. Then I'm using some washi tape to cover up the flag. And this washi I thought went perfectly with the dark blue, and it has a little bit of this, I think it's rose gold foiling on the little flowers, flower details, which I think were super cute, and that dark blue matched perfectly, so it went along great. Now I'm just adding in my today headers for Tuesday and Wednesday, and adding in my calls for those days. And I actually go back and like move this around quite a bit because I had some calls that came up. So on Wednesday, the final calls, it actually doesn't look like that. I had to move that down and cover the top, and that's the reason why I started to, later in the week, I actually changed this to add the little gold clipboard top. So I had to add in another call. The thing with writing down your calls like in advance with, you know, in your day-to-day working life, things change last minute, and yeah, so it wasn't too big of a deal to lift up the stickers. They did stick a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I was still able to lift them up later. So now I'm just adding in more gym stickers. I actually moved the one on Tuesday because I had to pick up my mom from the airport on Tuesday, so I moved those. I like to use different gym stickers each day, so it's not the same gym sticker over and over again. So that one with the little munchkin that is squatting was from Once More with Love, and I just moved that up above this half box to show that I need to pick up my mom from the airport. And now I'm just whiting out those lines so that it looks continuous, and putting in that Canal Fit sticker back up again. And then I was going to use that glitter header, but actually it worked out perfectly that, well, not too perfectly, because then it's like the dark color next to the dark color later on, but so that I didn't have to move everything down when I had to add a call, I just took away that pink glitter header, which helped break it up, but in the end, your planner really should, for me anyways, it works as a tool for me to stay on track throughout the day and inspire me as well. So I wasn't too worried that I can't get too worried about when I need to move things around, because things happen in life and you have to move stuff around, and I wanted my planner to reflect that. So now just using some full boxes, and I cut those up to fill in those spaces, which I've found that I really actually go back and use those spaces. If I have something that's last minute, an appointment that comes up, I use those full boxes that I cut up to put in the appointment or put in an extra sticker to show. Now I've been making the habit of going in on the weekend and going in and putting in my weekend banner. And I like putting something behind it when it's super decorative like that. So I'm using the washi again, just to kind of make it more pronounced of a weekend banner. So this washi tape is a bit of a pain because it has that paper backing, but it's okay. I use my X-Acto knife to trim off the edges by just ripping up, and I'm just showing how it's reflective there. Adding in my gym, I didn't finish writing in that stuff, so I went ahead and added those in. Then I am going to jump to, this is Thursday, no, Wednesday afternoon, that I went in and finished up the plans for the rest of the week. And then you'll see there on Wednesday, you can see how I had to move the stickers around, and you'll see how I used the full box spread area actually. So here I wanted to continue doing what I did on Wednesday, and I used the top part and then just trimmed a little bit of the bottom, so I didn't need the full box because I didn't have that many calls. Now I've put in my calls, and now I'm just whiting out, or I was going to white out, but I just ended up using the to-do header since it was dark. I didn't need to white it out. And then added in my heart checklist. I like having the heart checklist as my to-do list because then I feel like I'm not limited on the space that I have to write my checklist and things to do. I almost plan in this planner like you would as with a bullet journal, except I write small. The pen that I use is a Pilot Juice pen in 0.38, which I know most pens come in like 0.5 or 0.7. So it's 0.38, so it's really small. I've always been that person that just likes to write really small. So this works for me, and not needing to use my bullet journal. I've been using my journal not as like the bullet journal system, and mostly just writing lists and writing ideas and sketching and things like that, rather than the actual bullet journal system. So here on Friday, I just used some glitter headers and a full box to mark Summer Fridays, and then I wanted to add something to this half box because I had a doctor appointment, so I'm using a Tofu the Panda little arrow peekaboo panda to add a little bit more interest to that little half box because there wasn't a lot going on. It was just a doctor's appointment and the time I had to go. So instead of using a to-do list, I wanted to put odds and ends because I wanted to use Friday's to-do list kind of as something to put down things that I wanted to get done, not only on Friday, but also on Saturday and Sunday. So now I'm using a full box on Sunday and using a Frank Hearts You that sprinkles the unicorn cleanup, and that cleanup lettering sticker is from my shop, from the cleaning Sticky Fox kit or sticker sheet. Now I'm just adding in the rest of my food little things and writing in Game of Thrones. I actually write this in, and then I add in a little sticker later on to cover up the TV. But yeah, as I was saying, the odds and ends kind of would cover the rest of the weekend. Also, I wanted to put in on Saturday a full box and then a half box, and I'm putting in that we're going to a Sky Sox game, which I'm excited about. It's Sky Sox versus Baby Cakes. Such funny names. But yeah. Oh, there was that little popcorn. I wanted to put in a little popcorn. That was from Coffee Monsters Co. And just writing in the Sky Sox stuff, it's a Harry Potter firework night. So I'm pretty excited about that game. We went last year and it was very fun. They had like Snape and they had Harry Potter go out on the field during halftime, or not halftime, but the 7th inning stretch. And then they did a little mock battle, I guess you could say, which I thought was pretty fun. So now I just put down next week some things that I want to move forward onto next week's plans and things that we may not have finished for over the weekend. And then I added a little payday sticker underneath odds and ends list. Then on Saturday, I wanted to just mark that we were doing house projects. I didn't want to list out all the things because it's kind of just wandering around the house and trying to figure out what else we have left to finish up, like painting and stuff like that. It's just wandering around the house and figuring out what we need left to do so that we can put the house on the market, ready to sell. I actually write groceries on there, but I didn't like how I wrote it, so I actually take that up and try again, and then I didn't like how I wrote it again, and so I actually just decide to take up that flag, or yeah, the flag, and then I use a little flag banner instead, and then write groceries, just how I normally write. I'm not too big on like hand lettering and stuff. I don't think my hand lettering is amazing or anything like that. I actually just prefer to write really small so I can fit as much information as possible. Now I'm using part of that rainy full box and cut it down to fit in that space. And then this is the full spread. Make sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I really enjoy sharing my Playing With Me's with you. This is really a highlight of my week, every week in sharing these. So I hope you enjoy them, and I will see you next week.